We take a closer look at the war in Ukraine and a connection right here in southern Colorado. A Russian court has sentenced a 73-year-old American citizen to almost 7 years in a penal colony, accusing him of fighting for Ukraine as a mercenary.
His sister, who lives in Chaffee County, denies all of that. Tonight, she sits down with KRDO 13's Bryn Carmen, begging for his release as his health begins to rapidly decline. It's a story you'll only see here on KRDO 13.
This right here is Stephen Hubbard. His older sister Patricia says she barely recognizes him in these photos taken the day he was sentenced last October. Now she's doing everything she can to bring him home.
Because I start getting the images of what they're doing to my brother.
Desperate cries for help from halfway across the world.
Darkness, ugliness, cold. Same clothes for probably the last 3 years, the whole time.
For Patricia Hubbard, it's hard to talk about the torture and starvation her brother is enduring.
His health is dire. He's bleeding. The soldiers that have been freed said he's passing blood, he's bleeding.
The State Department says Stephen Hubbard is wrongfully detained in Russia and has been moved to various prison camps since 2022. The Russians arrested him shortly after invading and accused him of fighting for Ukraine. Video obtained by ABC News shows Stephen being held by Russians in an armored vehicle, beaten with a slipper.
God only knows how long he'd been in that complete, dark, windowless environment. That's probably how they hauled him from the Ukraine up into Russia.
She says he's too old to take up arms and wanted nothing to do with the war. He's long been a traveler who teaches English, moving to Ukraine in 2014. The last time the siblings spoke was September 2021, and Patricia thinks he was taken captive shortly after that.
It's just a lie. It's an excuse to kidnap Americans and not just torture them and beat them and do all this, but also for pawns. Steve is nothing but a pawn for Russia.
Now from Nathrop, a small town in Chaffee County, Patricia is doing what she can to bring Stephen home alive.
He knows that I'm looking for him.
This is the last good photo of Stephen, taken in 2016, a stark difference to the ones from last October when he pled guilty to mercenary charges and sentenced to 6 years and 10 months in a prison colony. Patricia believes he would have been executed had he not agreed to those terms. Stephen seen in handcuffs, leaning over to show his shaved head and roughly chopped beard, his glasses gone.
These are lumps. He has a rounded head, and that's all swelled up there in the back corner there.
Patricia has no idea where he's currently being held, fearful his health is rapidly declining. This former Ukrainian soldier and prisoner of war tells ABC News he spent time with Stephen in a Russian prison, explaining the living conditions as inhumane.
The Ukrainian soldiers tell us they treat him worse than they do the others because he's an American.
Patricia continues to plead with lawmakers and the president to save Stephen.
This isn't your cousin, he's not a congressperson, he's not a famous person, but he's your American. He's everybody's American. He's everybody. And you're his president too. Go get my brother before it's too late. Go get him, please. Go get my brother, bring him home. He's 73, the same age as Putin.
In Chaffee County, Bryn Carmen, KRDO 13.
Just weeks ago, Russia and Ukraine each swapped 175 prisoners in one of the largest exchanges since the Russian full-scale invasion began 3 years ago.
Patricia hopes her brother and other Americans can be part of the next one. Let's all hope that is the case.